Hey kiddo, how you doing? Good, I hope. I'm just about to watch The Night of the Living Dead. I've got my Coke Zero, so please feel free to grab something, get comfy, and let's watch a movie, okay? Okay. I can't even begin to express how important this film is, in my opinion. It's so good. And the fact that it wound up in public domain is pretty criminal, actually. These guys made no money off of making this. I mean, they still got to have careers, but this movie was groundbreaking. And they got absolutely nothing for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
It's crazy to think about how long ago the technology of just having a radio in your car, like that was it. No cassette player, no 8-track, no CD, no Bluetooth, just radio. How long ago that was, but how much longer radio, and then of course regular television, how long that was prevalent. Like it feels so long ago, but the modern media format of, streaming and internet, it's been around for such a shorter time. It's weird. It just kind of messes with your head a little bit. At least it does for me, anyway.
Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Ah, such a good line. I don't know if I've ever noticed before that Barbara's wearing a wedding ring. I don't think a husband is ever mentioned in this, if I recall. Oof. Bye-bye, Johnny. Feels like this zombie actor really channeled his inner Boris Karloff for this. Interesting to note, too, just how energetic this zombie is. This is the first zombie ever in a George Romero film. And he moves quick, and he's got lots of energy. And he even knows how to use tools. In many ways, this opening sequence is very much it's like the formula of the slasher film. The ever-following threat and the constant hurdles to safety. Like the door being locked and having to run around the back. And I'm not sure if this predates all slasher films, but it certainly predates, like, Friday the 13th, for example, and Sleepaway Camp. And those were some of the first ones that used that format. I guess Halloween was probably considered the very first slasher. And this certainly predates that, too. So I'd be curious to know if John Carpenter took influence from this film, from that opening sequence there. Or if it's just like an instinctual thing that storytellers sort of come to on their own. Something really sort of subconscious and primal. I love the lighting in this.
I can handle them. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
Quite famously, this is one of the earliest films to have an African American protagonist. Yeah, and as I mentioned in my my viewing of Last Man on Earth, I wonder how much influence that film had on this one. You know, because this part in particular, you know, with the car and smashing the lights and the zombies in this and what were technically vampires, but more like zombies or ghouls in that. There's just a lot of there's a lot of similarities there that I find really interesting. Just kind of neat to see the evolution of the idea of the zombie. And I don't think they're ever called that in this, if I remember correctly. I think they're maybe referred to as ghouls. Or maybe they're not even named. I don't recall. But I'm pretty sure they're not zombies.
Get some more lights on in this house.
It's always made me really uncomfortable how she fiddles with that kitchen knife. Like, I was always worried that the actress was going to cut herself or something. I don't know what she expects to board up with those. I think the idea is that she's supposed to be so overwhelmed that she's like borderline catatonic or something. But she's basically become just a liability and completely unhelpful. Which is a shame. And something that the remake in 1990, directed by Tom Savini, actually addresses and fixes. Which was really nice to see. It's a really good version of this story.
Sources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being... So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, official sources, it's for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take.
I do like that this character is like the conventional man of action. Like, he's not talking about what to do. He's just doing it.
With all of us working, we can fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I kind of love how this almost feels like a stage play. Like, the types of performances that the actors are giving feel very, like I'm watching a play. Yeah, and these zombies will eat basically anything they can catch. Not strictly human prey. They really don't follow the rules of the modern conventional zombie, yet they kind of established that in a weird way.
If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all 3 of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
We repeat, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are 2 other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them.
I mean, on one hand, I understand where this guy's coming from, that he wants to keep his wife and daughter safe. But at the same time, it's like, he's a jerk. And he could make a lot smarter decisions.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president. Since convening this conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? Well, so far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level...
I love that the zombie outbreak was started by a radioactive satellite. Which technically would make this a sci-fi horror at that point, wouldn't it? If I remember correctly, the man holding the microphone is George Romero, the director.
Let's get out of here. Come on, come on.
My jacket's caught.
Well, there's 2 down and the truck. Now what are these guys going to do?
Drag you out there and feed you those things.
Looks like the zombies get to have some barbecue. I wonder what audience reactions were to this when it first came out. Like if it was just scary, or if it was like grotesque, or if it was obscene, or made people sick, or, you know, terrified, or if it was just like, you know, a really good scary movie.
Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls. This one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls.
Ghouls. See? They just called them ghouls.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head. That's a sure way to kill him. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat him or burn him. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well,
Another iconic line. Well, the guy was a troublemaker, but I don't think he deserved to die. Another very famous horror scene. I actually really like that the first zombie we ever saw has, keeps reappearing here and there throughout the movie. Yep, better take care of Cooper. There really are some seriously beautiful shots in this movie.
Somebody had a cook out here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
Yep, now's your chance. Help's arrived. Time to get out of there.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, Vince.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Another one for the fire. Yep, so nobody made it out.
Keep those dogs back off of those things.
It's neat how they use the photos during the credit sequence here to show what happens to Ben after he's killed. Okay. So that was Night of the Living Dead, the zombie movie that kind of started them all. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Anyways, I had a lot of fun watching it with you. And take care of yourself, okay? Bye-bye.